In this video, I'm going to show you how to connect the Nintendo Switch 2 to a TV. So to do this, you will need all these materials on the table right now. You will need the Nintendo Switch. You will also need the Nintendo Switch dock. You will need the HDMI cable that does come with the Nintendo Switch. You will also need this power cable, and you'll also need the power brick. And all of this does come with your Nintendo Switch when you do purchase it. So you don't need to make any additional purchases or anything like that. So the first thing we need to do is we need to go ahead and take out our Nintendo Switch dock just like so. And we got to go ahead and turn it around. And that is because we got to go ahead and take off this base plate over here. So to do that, all you want to do is you want to go ahead and grip the Nintendo Switch from here. There's going to be like a little ridge, and all you got to do is just pull on it slightly. You don't need to put that much force. And then afterwards, it is going to go ahead and now let you access the back part of the Nintendo Switch dock, where we can go ahead and put our AC adapter and the HDMI output and LAN right over here. So this is where we're going to be putting the power cable. Over here is where we're going to be putting our HDMI cable. So for this video, we only need to work with these two. Don't worry about the LAN option over here because we are not going to be using that in this video. But anyways, guys, let's go ahead and put that to the side for now. All right, so now that we got that out of the way, what we need to do is we need to go ahead and unwrap this. This is the power cord. So here's how it does look like. What we need to do is we need to connect one side of it to the power brick, which we do have right over here. So we just need to connect it. Okay, then we got to put this power brick in an outlet or an extension cord or anything like that. And then here we have the other side of the cable. Now on the other side of the cable, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking our Nintendo Switch dock and we're going to go ahead and put it underneath here. Make sure it goes along this line right over here because the case is going to leave like this part open. So you see this part, you see where there's like a little ridge, that is the part that is open. So you want to make sure that the cables do go inside here. So oops, I accidentally dropped my cable. Let me go ahead and pick that up. Okay. So now what we're going to be doing is we're going to put the cable here. Now we need to go ahead and put it on AC adapter. So let's go ahead and plug it into AC adapter just like so. All right, and you should hear like a little clicking sound after you went ahead and connected that. All right, so now that we got that out of the way, the next thing we need to do is we need to go ahead and configure the HDMI cable. Now with the HDMI cable, what we need to do is we need to connect one side of it to the TV and the other side of it to the Nintendo Switch. And if you guys are wondering, the two sides are the exact same, so you don't need to worry about that. You can like mix and match it. So look at it, they are identical. So I don't want you guys to get confused with that at all. So we need to go ahead and just break this part up. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. All right, there you go. All right, so now what we're going to be doing is we're going to do the same thing that we did for the power cable, but now we're going to do it for the HDMI cable. So we're going to take our HDMI cable, then we're going to put it underneath here, and you want to make sure that it does go underneath HDMI cable. And then there you go. Now you should hear a clicking sound every time you do that. So that is how you know you did the right thing. And here's how it should look like at the moment. All right, now what we're going to be doing is we're going to go ahead and put our cables towards here. So we want to make sure that the cables flow downwards, like they flow here. And now we're going to go ahead and cover it up one more time. So what you want to do from here is you want to take out your Nintendo Switch dock, the case that we did take out, and all you got to do is just slide it in. So look at this. I'm literally just sliding it in, and then there you go. It'll be clean, and you'll notice that the two cables will come outward just like that. All right, now that you have this out of the way, what we need to do is we need to connect this to an outlet, and we need to take our HDMI cord and we need to plug this behind our TV. So let's go ahead and do that really quickly, and I'm going to show you guys that process as well. I apologize if my microphone sounds a little bit different. That is because I'm using my phone microphone, but the point is you want to go ahead and set your Nintendo Switch 2, the dock, relatively close to your TV. So my TV is right over there. So now what we're going to be doing is we're first of all going to connect the power cord to an outlet, or an extension cord I should say, and you just want to go ahead and plug it in like that. And now what you want to do is you want to take out your HDMI cable and you want to put it on the back of your TV. On the back of your TV, there should be typically 3 or even more HDMI ports. So let's go ahead and actually put this in one of those HDMI ports really quickly. So let me go ahead and take out the HDMI cable. And all we need to do is we need to go ahead and plug it in there. And I hope you guys are able to see it, but look, we just got to go ahead and plug in our HDMI cable right over here. So let's go ahead and do that really quickly. And you also really want to make sure that the HDMI cable is properly put into place just like so. So make sure it does look something like this. And once you're done with that, then let's go back to the dock right over here. And you just want to go ahead and lift it up. Then you want to take out your Nintendo Switch. And you want to make sure that it is turned on. And then from here, all you want to do is you want to place it inside. So go ahead and place it inside of the dock. And then you'll notice that the screen will turn black. And then you will notice that this light will turn green. And that is 100% normal. All right, guys. So then just like that, if you do have a smart TV, then it is automatically going to show up the Nintendo Switch 2. But if you did exactly what I did, but you're not getting the Nintendo Switch, then what you want to do is you want to press the main menu on your remote control for your TV. And what you want to do is you want to go to the left right over here, and then you want to go ahead and select on HDMI. Then you want to go ahead and select on the HDMI that does correspond to the Nintendo Switch. Or if anything, you can go ahead and just try all these HDMIs over here until you do find the Nintendo Switch, especially if you have like multiple different consoles and stuff like that. But you just need to go ahead and select on that, and then you should be able to see that it is on the TV. And obviously you want to go ahead and disconnect your Joy-Cons from the Switch right over here in order to start playing. You guys could also use this that does come with the Nintendo Switch in order to play. But if you guys found this video helpful, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next tutorial.